Alright, so we're going to do a service on this CrewSaver Lifejacket, this CrewFit 165 Sport. This one's a bit worn down, so you can't see that there. And these are self-service, so you can service them yourselves, following the service instructions, which are placed inside this little tab on the back. Now the first step is to inflate the Lifejacket by mouth. Leave at least 1 hour, then examine for signs of deflation. That's the Lifejacket that's inflated already. So you can see here we've got this self-inflation tube, the CO₂ cylinder, and the whistle. Our green safety tab that holds the piercing nozzle, and our reflectors. Now this one's been sitting for about 40 minutes or so far to make sure it stays inflated. We'll do the same with this one. So what we want to do first is undo our zipper. It comes around the front. So a quick way to undo it is undo this little tab. The zipper will come apart. Same on this side. Then we can undo the zip. This one's been a bit painful. Pull it all the way around. We can unfold the Lifejacket to have a look inside. So now the Lifejacket's unfolded. We can see with our CO₂ cylinder, this one's in pretty good condition. We will just open it up. Make sure it hasn't been pierced, and that's still good to go. We're going to test our nozzle. So we remove this green tab, safety tab, and we can see our striker plate. Might be a bit hard to see there on the camera, come up, and that's what pierces the CO₂ cylinder as you inflate it, which is all working perfectly fine. Place that back together now. Screw back in the CO₂ cylinder. You want to make sure this is pretty tight. Not ridiculous, but just tight. And we want to inspect the Lifejacket for any deterioration. This one's got a bit of marks. It's a few years old now. Check the back side too for any fraying, any falling apart. This is in good condition. Now, you want to inflate it. So the way you inflate it is you take off this top, breathe into that green nozzle there. About 4 or 5 good breaths, we'll get that inflated. And then screw this back on the top, we'll just place it, and let that sit for an hour. This one's been sitting for a good hour or so, she's still inflated, still pretty firm. And the way we deflate this is to grab this nozzle and rotate it 90 degrees, and then we can let the air out. You hold that down and give it a squeeze as well. Sometimes it can be a bit hard to get all the air out, but you need to get all the air out if you're going to roll this back up. So these are only single chamber Lifejackets, they don't have dual chambers. Some Lifejackets will have a secondary chamber in case this one pops, but this one doesn't. Now that it's deflated, hopefully enough, we put this cap back on and we start folding it up. As you fold it up, you want to make sure that this tab, this inflate tab, is all the way out our cylinder is nice and tight, and you've got free range to pull that tab when you need to. We can do up our zip. And then it's just a matter of folding along. As you zip it up, you get to these yellow sections, you zip it up and then fold the tab over the top, the Velcro. Then we start getting around to the top, making sure it's all nice and smoothly fitted in there. And try and roll as much of it as possible together. And we've still got a little bit of air in here, so we can just take that off. Use it again. Deflate all that's left. Straighten it back out. Roll it back together. And then you want to fold up the end. We've still got a bit too much air in here. Right, place the cap back on. Fold this down together. And we fold up this last section into itself. And we're all back together. So we've got our CO₂ cylinder there. It's all been checked. Now this one, we've got a slight problem. It's only been deflated for about 5 minutes and it's already going down a bit. So just pump that back up. Check that. This one was good to go, so we can get our tab here. I believe Maritime Rescue do check these, and that you need to mark the date checked. And as you can see, this one was checked a little while ago. And that's it. All done. Does need a wash though. Alright, so we just did the service on this Lifejacket. Got a few spare CO₂ cylinders. As you can see, that one is pretty corroded at the end. But we just want to make sure that everything works as it's supposed to. So you pull this red toggle with a bit of force, and she inflates. And now that's good to go. We've got our little neck thing to hold his head up if you get knocked out and you're in the water. And then you've got your inflation tube here, which is full of pressure, so I can't breathe any more into that. And you'd have your strap on underneath as well, but I forgot to do that up. To release it, you get this little tube, twist it around, and let the pressure out. Try not to breathe it in because it is CO₂, so it's not that great for you. Oh, they're only a single use, so now I'll have to replace that CO₂ cylinder that's there with another one. You should test these every 12 months or so. If not a full cylinder disposal, at least blow them up by mouth. But that's it.